Welcome, beautiful souls, to Diana's Magical Mermaid Tarot. Today we're going to be discovering where and when will you first meet your future spouse. But before we get into that, we're going to get into how you will meet your future spouse. So we're going to get some clues, some big hints, and paint the picture here for you today. Before you are 4 piles to choose from. Pile 1 is from the Stoller Tarot, and the associated object is this purple heart crystal. Pile 2 is from the Victorian Romantic Tarot, and the associated object is this beautiful green heart crystal. Pile 3 is from the Tarot of the Divine, and it's associated with this beautiful clear colored heart crystal. Pile 4 is from the Journey Tarot, and it is associated with this beautiful red heart crystal. Please choose the pile that you feel most attracted to. If you are still undecided, would like to choose an additional pile, or would just like to confirm the pile that you've chosen, let me go ahead and add some zodiac signs, and I'll be right back. Okay, so pile 1 is associated with the Leo, Virgo, and Aries zodiac signs. Pile 2 is associated with the Gemini, Pisces, and Sagittarius zodiac signs. Pile 3 is associated with the Libra, Aquarius, and Capricorn signs. Pile 4 is associated with the Taurus, Scorpio, and Cancer zodiac signs. So here you can also choose an additional pile based on your zodiac signs. Feel free to pause the video if you have to. Make your choice or choices, and I will see you at your reading or readings. Welcome to reading pile 1. So, where and when will you meet your future spouse? Okay, we're going to get into that today. But we're going to start off by looking into how you will meet your future spouse. We'll start there and then we'll move on to where and when. You are number 1, and moving over to the left. You chose the purple or lavender colored crystal heart. You ended up with Leo. You ended up with Virgo and Aries. Okay, so pile 1. I feel like you might meet your spouse in a spiritual setting, like a yoga studio, a place that's very peaceful too. That's what I'm getting, like a peaceful place, maybe some sort of peaceful locale. Maybe it could be a building that's usually very peaceful, like a library, or I'm just getting like a quiet or kind of peaceful place, or a place where you're getting a lot of peace from. Okay, so whatever that place of peace is where you are likely to meet your future spouse. I'm also getting that you might meet your future spouse at a place that's kind of like bougie, like maybe in Las Vegas, a nice fancy hotel, or maybe at maybe like a Dolce & Gabbana store at the mall, or I don't know. I'm just getting like luxury vibes, royalty vibes. Maybe you'll be visiting a castle and you meet them there, or I'm also getting like, a place where you feel really good, a place that's kind of uppity. I kept hearing uppity, please don't take that the wrong way, but just sort of like a fancy place, or a highbrow area, like a fancy restaurant or fancy establishment, or expensive hotel or expensive spa place. Or I'm getting like a serious vibe, like you might meet this person at like an institution, like a bank, or like somewhere for like formal and very serious. Okay, it could be an institution like a school or a hospital or a library, a place, maybe like a court, or maybe the clerk's office or something, where you go and you're trying to sort out through an issue that maybe you feel very confused about, or you feel like that needs to be clarified, maybe a legal matter, or it could be like at a bank, maybe there's something to do with your account, you're going there to go straighten everything out because something's off. I'm trying to clarify something. You'll be trying to clarify something when you meet your spouse. You'll be trying to understand something that's hidden from you. And they will be a source of purity and light. They'll shed light on the situation for you. Maybe a situation you're confused about, they'll shed light on it. Maybe you'll be at one of these places where you're trying to buy something, you're looking into something, and your future spouse will be right there, and you'll be kind of like, I don't know much about that, and they'll be like, well, I know quite a bit, I can tell you some things about it, and then they'll like share information with you about it, and that's how you meet them. You know, I feel like your future spouse may be someone who knows a lot about something you're interested in, that will want to tell you a lot about it, and the information is going to bring you a lot of peace, a lot of faith. Your faith will grow in whatever that is. Healing too, and a sense of protection. And I feel like you're going to link this vibe to your future spouse, and this is part of what will be the appeal for you. A lot of scenarios could fit this energy. It could be that maybe there's something that you need help with, maybe you're seeking healing, and maybe there'll be a doctor, or there'll be like a medical professional that's setting you up, or I don't know, on your way to trying to like understand what's happening with your health. And I'm not predicting that you're going to be unhealthy, pile one. I'm just saying, we go to the doctor, we have little ailments, or something new's popped up and we just want to know about it, and maybe they'll be there, or maybe you'll be looking into it at a certain clinic or a certain center, and your future spouse will be someone who's there, who's maybe looking at other things right alongside you, like a potential customer, or maybe they'll be an assistant, or maybe they'll be the main one that's there, and they'll tell you about it and teach you about it. And this is how you meet your future spouse. Let's take a look at your tarot card. We have the King of Swords. That makes sense. This is going to be your future spouse. I feel like they might be a lawyer, they might be a surgeon, they probably someone who's very advanced in thought and thinking. And I'm getting like that they're gonna, pardon me, I'm getting over a cold thing, so please bear with me. But I'm getting like that, there's gonna be something going on with you, pile one, kind of dark or looming, maybe a financial issue, or maybe something, it could be depression. They could be a psychotherapist. Gosh, I hope you don't end up dating and marrying your psychotherapist. That'd be weird. But or maybe get a lawyer or consultant or a mentor or someone like this, and they will help your situation. They'll help you gain insight into something. Or maybe there'll be someone, maybe there'll be a police officer, or there'll be a judge. This will be their profession. This could be also just be their profession. They could be an accountant, something like this. We have the Tower. Okay. Yeah, I do feel like something is going to happen. Something's going to happen. And they're going to be the ones to help you, see your way through using rationality, clarity, knowledge. There could be a lawyer that saves you from like financial ruin, or I don't know, man. This is because we're getting the Tower here. This is a discombobulation effect that we're seeing. I feel like, you're going to hear some type of shocking news. Something's going to change things very radically or drastically for you. And your future spouse is going to be the person who helps you straighten it out, who helps you come in and is like, nah, you don't get to treat pile one like that. According to the law, okay, pile one has these rights. So you're not supposed to be treating pile one like that. That's you, pile one. And so that's you, viewer, okay, who is watching, you're pile one. And I feel like your future spouse is going to be someone who comes in and shakes up whoever thought that they could bully you, or breaks apart what you thought was going to be a problem. They come in and they let you know it's not going to be a problem, and in fact it's the other people who have a problem, not you. I feel like they'll come in and make something very clear for you, help you see your way clear about something in a major way, pile one. and they're gonna be part. I'm getting like a very abrupt energy with this person. Like they'll just show up all out of a sudden, out of the blue. They'll appear, you know. Maybe you meet them in New York or something. I don't know. Okay, so let's keep it moving here and get more information. Okay, right now we're looking at how you will meet how will you first meet them, your future spouse. We have the Nine of Cups. Yeah, this person's gonna make you very happy. This person's going to make you very happy, pile 1. Yeah, this person's going to, the way you're going to meet them is, you know, I feel like how you're going to meet them is they're going to let you know that something you thought was a problem is not actually a problem. Okay? You know, they're going to fulfill your wishes on a lot of levels. I feel like this person, you're going to maybe you know, I'll give you an example. Maybe you're used to viewing men, or you're used to viewing people or women as a problem. You're used to viewing the opposite gender as, you know, a problem. Okay? Always problems, always issues. Either that you feel like you've kind of like decided that men are a certain type of way or women are a certain type of way. Okay? And this person is going to shock the pants off of you. That's funny. Yeah, maybe they will actually. But they're going to really break apart this, you know, solid idea you think you have about the way men behave or about the way women behave. And they're going to make you very happy. Okay? You're going to be pleasantly surprised at how much this person satisfies you and fulfills you in some type of critical way when you first meet them. It could be that they're very nice, very well mannered, very, you know, very well put together. They're focused or something. I don't know what it is. Maybe you don't think that men are polite, but your future spouse is going to be very polite, and that's going to shock you. Okay? Or maybe you think that women are gold diggers, but then you're going to meet your future spouse and she's going to like take care of you and make sure that you're comfortable, and that's going to shock you. Okay? I don't know what it is. Something about that. Next we have the Three of Brooms, which is the Three of Wands. We might meet this person in the business world, or, you know, when dealing with a legal matter, or dealing with like some type of, maybe at work. It's possible. And this is where you're going to have this sort of this is where that's going to happen for you, right? Is this idea that they're going to prove to be reliable. Exactly. All right. This person is going to shock you, your future spouse. They're going to shock you because they're going to prove how reliable they are, how dependable they are, how considerate they are. Also, they look ahead, they plan ahead, they're patient, they stick by your side. You know, their character is going to be revealed to you in some type of way, and it's you're going to be shocked. You're going to be pleasantly surprised, okay, at how well this person comes across to you. We have the Ace of Balloons, which is the Ace of Pentacles. I thought so, that there might be some type of opportunity that they offer you, okay? There might be some type of opportunity that this person offers you, having to do with something you've wanted for a long time. And they'll be like, well, I'll do this for you. Well, I'll take care of you. Well, I know where you can find that. They'll show you the light. They'll help you out with something that you thought was not going to work out. And you're going to be very impressed. You're going to be very impressed with this person. Perhaps they'll offer you a job, or they'll offer you a business opportunity, or they'll save you from some type of like financial calamity, or maybe, you know, free you. Yeah, the Tower is about liberation too, right? They'll free you from thinking about something a certain limiting way that was keeping you stuck and keeping you stuck and keeping you stuck. And they'll share some information with you that shakes you out of that stronghold, okay, that's been keeping you encapsulated, keeping you, you know, in captivity from maybe thinking outside of the box. Maybe, for example, maybe you always thought, I'm just coming up with an example, guys, okay? So just take it as it resonates and leave the rest for others. This is just an example. You're used to thinking that if you ever buy a certain item out of this, if you don't buy a certain item from a certain business, you always get ripped off. You always get a bad deal. And even if it's expensive, you'd rather pay that expensive price because you feel like you can depend on the quality coming from that one place. And this person is going to prove to you that, oh, no, you can buy that quality you're looking for dependably from this source at a cheaper price, like a quarter of the price, or so. I mean, like a big major discount, okay, and or something like this, and it's gonna be life changing, because it's almost like it's something you are spending $1,500 on every month. But all of a sudden, after talking with this person, man, woman, whoever, and they reveal to you what their information is, all of a sudden, like, you're freed from 75% of the bill you were paying. Okay, maybe you'll go from paying $1,500 for something to all of a sudden you're paying $300 for it, and you're getting that quality. And this person will help you see it. They will reveal this to you. They will bring clarity into your life, like I picked up in the vibe check section of the reading. Wow. I also feel like they're going to offer you some type of opportunity that's possible. This is how you meet them. They may be a boss. This person may be a boss or a superior at work. Someone who's like above you in a position of authority, or in some type of situation that you're dealing with. Next, we have the Six of Cups. Okay, so this could be someone who helps you, who takes care of children, or someone who came from your neck of the woods where you grew up at, someone you've known for a long time. This could be someone you've known for a long time, okay? This could be someone you grew up with. Could be someone young, could be someone mature, okay? You may have known this person a long time. Perhaps you watch them grow up, and then this person grows up to become someone who is like successful and has in their career, in their field. Very interesting. So in this case, your future spouse may be someone you've known for a long time. Okay, that's possible. Your future spouse may also be someone who works with children or has kids already. And if that's not your cup of tea, then it could be someone who's young at heart, someone who's very, this is someone you're going to build memories with, someone who's very, this could be a reunion, maybe re-meeting someone from your past, or it could be that you first met them when they were young. Maybe you knew it or you didn't know it, but you first met them when they were young, and maybe you'll find out about this later. But to them as an adult, when you meet them, you don't know them, but you did meet them, but you kind of walked away from that memory. You don't remember, maybe it's a lost memory. Very interesting, right? But your future spouse is going to please you like immensely in some particular situation. This is how you first meet them. You could be like at a store or an event, or there'll be a meeting there'll be a meeting of some type that has to do with maybe it could be a sporting event, it could be a community event, and maybe everyone will be gathering around to watch the local rowing event for your community, or some boat rowing event for your community or something. And I feel like this person, they will be nice to you and offer you a seat maybe at this event, or maybe you're used to viewing something as you not having access, or it's got to be a certain way, or you thought you knew everything. But I feel like this person's going to shock you in a major way. They're going to, like, maybe not that you knew everything, but that you knew a lot, and you knew more than anyone else about something. But this person is going to show you that you don't, and that they know more, or at least they know something you don't anyway. And it's going to shock the pants off of you in a very good way. It's going to shock you in a very good way. Pile 1. Okay, they're going to shock you in a very good way. They're going to surprise you. They're going to throw you for a loop, and you're not going to know what's coming. You're not going to know what's hit you. Okay. And I feel your meeting them is going to be a very abrupt thing. It could be that maybe something happens that you're not ready for, that you're not prepared for. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at your first oracle card. And the first oracle card is going to be our attempt at revealing exactly where, or just an idea of where you will be meeting your future spouse. Okay, give us an idea of exactly where, or thereabouts you will meet, maybe an approximation or what type of place you will meet your future spouse at. First meet them. We have local diner. Okay. I did think it would be at some sort of public location. I did feel like it would either be at a store or, a restaurant is a type of store. It's a food store, right? A prepared meal store. So it's possible you will meet them at a place where food is being served, where or something's being sold. Maybe it could be a grocery store. Doesn't the cards are not to be read strictly. They just give an idea of the energies that are coming through. I'm also getting either like a store or some type of public establishment where something is sold or something is prepared. Okay, it could be a paint store, could be a food store, a restaurant. It could be a grocery store. It's possible where they sell food that's already made. That's possible. Well, let's take a look at your next local diner and dinner. Wow. I think that you will meet this person possibly at a restaurant or some place where food is being served, sold, or prepared. That's coming through. Okay? It could be that this breakthrough that you will receive will have to do with the food that you've been eating. Something to do with food. Something to do with resources. I'm getting cheese, money, right? How you get paid, where you go to get resources from. This could be a bank. It's possible. You might meet them at a bank. You could meet them in a restaurant, grocery store, like a place of business of some type. Is where you will first meet your future husband. It's possible you might meet them, if you did grow up with them, maybe you met them at your house or their house. Okay. At their kitchen. Okay. Next we have the change of plans. Now I'm getting, we see the two young people here. We see two young people here. You may have gone to school with this person. It could be that you've already met your future spouse. Or maybe you will meet them in the future. At a school you're going to be attending. You will meet them. Okay. You will meet this person at a school you will be attending. Yeah. I feel like, I'm getting hijinks ensued, right? This could be someone that you like have adventures with. You go off and maybe you'll prank people, or you're going to get into some type of trouble together. I'm getting buddies, I'm getting the two mice together, the two kids together, the two kids together. You'll have fun things that you do, fun activities. It's I'm getting comedy. They'll make you laugh. I'm getting that you will go places and do weird, silly stuff together. They may be young at heart or young when you meet them, when you first meet them. So this could already have happened or will be happening in the future. If you're still young or you're very young at heart type of person, you're kind of like a big kid. This person's going to be kind of like a big kid like you. Okay, so you will be meeting them at school or at some type of establishment, right? I'm kind of coming back to that, where maybe that will be the location where you meet them, but maybe you guys will not be going there, but it's just a location where you meet, and then you go from there to go have dinner together or have a meal together. It could be that you meet at a big store where something weird happened and they help you, and from there you'll go out and have lunch together or something. Interesting. But I'm getting a young vibe though. You may have met this person at school, or you will meet them at your future school, where you'll have memories together. You'll grow up, you'll form memories together with this person. There'll be a bonding that happens over this. Next we have school. Oh my gosh. Okay. Wow. Okay, classroom learning, knowledge acquisition. Yeah, so this could be a fellow student. Power 1, your future spouse is either a fellow student of your past or a fellow student in your future. You may go to school together, become something together. Yeah, I'm getting business vibes. So you may be learning the same trade, right? Commerce, trade. You may be learning the same trade as this person, or you may be going to a similar trade school as this person, or business school as this person. They may be a classmate. So they may be a classmate or fellow student at a school or that's coming through very strongly. I'm also getting potentially just meeting at a bank, or getting, or meeting at a place of business, and you'll end up going off and having lunch together. if school doesn't seem to resonate for you. Next, we have dining room. Wow, dining room, dinner, diner. Okay, you may meet them at a restaurant. You may even meet them on a blind date. That's possible. Maybe someone will set you up on a blind date with this person. If you don't do blind dates, then maybe that's not your message. Just leave it for others. But maybe you will do a blind date in the future. I don't know. But I'm getting like a blind date vibe also. Like you might meet this person out and meet them for the first time because someone set you all up. Or you may meet them online or meet them on the phone, be talking to them and get their number and go out and meet this person in person, live at a restaurant somewhere. I mean, it is very strong. Okay, so there's a couple of possibilities here. Student, schoolmate, maybe you grew up with them, maybe you didn't, maybe you'll go to school with them in the future. I'm also getting like a diner or a restaurant. You'll meet at a restaurant. It could be that you go out and eat by yourself. That's another possibility. You go to a restaurant, you go eat by yourself. And this person has also gone to that same restaurant to go eat. And you'll end up striking up a conversation, noticing each other. Maybe you end up bringing your tables close to each other, your chairs close to each other, and say, you know what, I'll sit and eat dinner with you. And you'll end up having this sort of impromptu meeting or date. Yeah, it's kind of like the vibe I'm getting. Wow. They may say, hey, do you mind if I come sit and eat with you? Maybe at the school cafeteria. That's possible. Maybe you don't go to school with them. Maybe they're not your classmate, but they're schoolmate. And you meet them at the cafeteria. And they're like, let me sit and eat with you. Right? And you'll end up talking and hitting it off. Okay, this could be your future spouse. It could be where your future spouse meets you. So we're getting school, class, business establishment where they help you with something. Could be at a bank, could be at a restaurant, it could be at a diner, could be at your school cafeteria. Why not combine, right? Combo. We got prison. Oh my goodness. Wow. Facility of confinement. Freedom. Was it? Restricted. Oh my gosh, guys, you know what this is bringing to mind? Going to school and feeling trapped at school. Like you would rather do something else, right? It's funny because I see these bars and it looks a lot like these classroom window bars. And now we're seeing windows here as well. So part one, I think you're gonna meet your future spouse at a place where you feel kind of imprisoned, kind of trapped. Maybe you're not enjoying the class you're taking. Maybe you feel like you're reluctantly going to school. Maybe you'd rather be doing something else. Maybe you're realizing you need to go to school because it's your only means of success or something, and you've just been told that, and you don't have any choice. And this is where you're going to meet this person, is at a place where you feel restricted or confined, like school. Oh my gosh, Pablo, that is hilarious. Or like maybe a library, or it could be just a classroom. Or school in general, maybe feeling like you're taking your classes at the college, community college, or high school. Maybe this is where you met them, but in the future it could be college or university, or a place where like an institution, a center of learning or something, and you're like, all right, let's do this, and you feel kind of stuck, and that's when you meet them. This person will shock. They'll break up the monotony of maybe the boredom that you're used to, break up the monotony of, okay, here we go, this is what I gotta do, all right. And then your future spouse shows up and you're like, whoa, and they're chatting with you and make you feel supported in what you're doing. They will make you feel, like not bored anymore, make you feel like, I've got partners in this, I'm not alone in this. So that's coming through. We have, it's possible for just a few of you. Maybe you'll get into trouble of some type, and maybe you'll be, confined somewhere. Maybe juvenile. I'm seeing juvie. Just for a few of you, this does not apply. Ignore it and move on. But if you were maybe, detention too. I'm getting like detention center. Maybe you got in trouble at school and you met them at detention center, and this is your future spouse. This could be in the past. If you're an adult, this could be in your past. I'm getting like childish ways, just fun, just not a care in the world, not wanting to be stuck somewhere, but you're just stuck there. I'm getting that the classroom doldrums and the monotony of, just feeling like you're doing something you don't want to be doing or being somewhere you don't want to be. So it's going to feel like prison, but maybe for a few of you, it could be actually prison. Could actually be prison. Maybe if you do time, you may meet your spouse in prison. They may be, with the King of Swords, they may be like, while you're in prison, maybe very briefly though, okay? This is for like just a handful of you, or maybe just one or two of you, and this person will be maybe someone who works at the prison system, or a police officer, or the judge, or something like this, or your lawyer, and this is how you will meet your future spouse. This is where you will meet them, okay? So it could be like in a legal institution, it could be maybe a mental institution, could be, like I said, a diner, which is a bit more pleasant, but I feel like it's going to be within the confines of maybe a school, like a cafeteria. Maybe a cafeteria at work or cafeteria at school, or something like this. Wow. Very interesting. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at when. Well, let's get an idea of when exactly, or just an idea of what Spirit is willing to give us. Based on the tarot cards, with the major arcana that are popping up, I'm seeing the Tower, which for timing is abruptly, okay? Just out of the blue. Okay, out of the blue, you're not going to see it coming. It's going to shock you. Okay, they're going to show up all of a sudden in your life. And you're like, what? Okay, interesting. We got in summer. So it's going to be summertime some year. Maybe this summer. But sometime summer in the future. Or perhaps summer in the past. You may have met them summer at school. Maybe college courses or something like that. University or trade school. Summertime when it's warm. Okay, that type of season. It's going to take a while. So it looks like for some of you, you will be meeting this person in the future. Okay, and I'm getting the feeling it's when you're going to be bored. My God, I'm getting doldrums, bored energy, like, oh God, and then all of a sudden they're going to show up and break you out of that monotony, break you out of that bored spell you're in. Okay. And I feel like it's going to be a time when you're feeling like things are going really slow and God, when will this be over and all this stuff, okay? That's what I'm getting. And also getting like, maybe a few years from now for some of you. A few years, all right? Or maybe several years. I don't know. Maybe if you're very young, several years. We have in autumn. Now we're getting in autumn. We got summer, now we got autumn. So, tarot gives an idea, right? It's not like super exact. It gives an idea. Plus, this is a group reading. So it's giving us the idea there's going to be sometime between summer and fall. Between summer and fall. That's kind of what we're getting. Of some year. Maybe this year. Maybe next year. But in the future years to come. Or if this is someone you feel like, based on these signs, you've already met them. You may have met them in the past. Then it's between summer and fall that you met them. Okay? Next we're getting... Oops. Longer than you think. It's going to take a while longer than you think. Yeah, okay. So, if you have not met this person, okay, you're like, where's my future spouse? I don't know where they are. I haven't met them. And these signs seem new. The reading, it seems like, okay, this is coming in the future. Then it could be like, whatever number you're thinking, if you're thinking, okay, maybe I'll meet them a year from now, or I'll meet them this summer, then it's longer than what you're thinking right now. Whatever it is you're thinking, whatever that number is, it's longer than that number, okay? So if you're thinking, maybe I'll meet them this summer, then it's probably going to be next year or the next couple years, okay, or the next few years. Maybe I'll meet them in 3 years. Maybe it'll be 7 years then, okay? It has to do with you getting an education, so keep that in mind. Or you being confined. It could be work as well, possibly. But I'm getting youthfulness. I'm getting going to school, for sure. We have... I mean, literally says school, right? It's got a school building with students running off with their backpacks. I mean, there's a lot of strong signs about school. But it could be just somewhere where you're feeling confined. It could be in the waiting room of a business. You're waiting to talk to somebody and it's just boring. And you're like, oh my gosh, I so do not want to be here. Some area where you feel bored and confined. Next we have when the apprentice becomes master. Guys, see? School. It's school. You go to school to learn. Where you're an apprentice, you go to school to learn things. And so it's going to be maybe around, with the clock showing up around graduation time, nearing your graduation. Your moment comes not with a title, but the inner knowing of competence. That knowing is your signal to lead, right? So it's going to be you being in school, you learning, you feeling like you now know stuff. You feel more competent. You feel like you know what you're doing. Perhaps, around the time when you're being offered a job or being offered an internship is when you'll meet your future spouse. Okay. And finally, we're getting sooner than expected. That's very interesting. We got longer than you think and sooner than expected. I get it. So longer than you think. When this card came out, guys, whatever number, remember I said whatever number you're thinking, add more time to it. Remember I said that? Okay. After you did that, this card appeared sooner than expected. So between the time you were thinking before, maybe you thought, maybe I'll meet them this summer. I think it's going to be this summer. I'm going to school this summer. And it said longer than you think, right? And then you said, okay, maybe when I said here about graduating, you added maybe 3 years, 4 years. Maybe at the end of your course of study, you're about to graduate, right? But as soon as you thought that, the next card that appeared was sooner than expected. So I think it's going to be between 1 and 4 years, depending on how long your schooling is going to be taking. It's between that time, somewhere in between that time. So if your schooling is supposed to take, you're supposed to be graduating 2 years from now, then it's in between 1 and 2 years. If you're supposed to be graduating or being done with your education completely between about 5 years from now, then it's going to be somewhere in between there, like maybe 3 years, 4 years. Okay, and that's what I'm seeing. Okay, guys, in the cards for you today, as far as how will you meet your future spouse, where will you meet your future spouse, and when will you meet your future spouse. I hope this brought you some clarity, and I hope it resonated with you. If it did, please give it a thumbs up. If you have found what I'm posting, if a lot of this is resonating with you, let me know exactly how in the comment section. I would love to hear from you and chat with you. If you value what I do here and you really appreciate this message, and you would like to know how to support me, then I recommend you hit the subscribe button. That would help my channel. If you have already, thank you very much. Appreciate that. Welcome here. This is your collective. If you've already done so, something else you could do is push the hype button down below. That's something free you could do for the channel, is hype this video up. That would be very helpful. You could also consider joining and getting a membership. And what the membership gets you is access to a members only and early access to the videos that I will be releasing here on Wednesdays and Fridays. Okay, I release videos here every Wednesday and Fridays for the most part. Occasionally I skip if I'm not feeling well or something's come up, but by and large, pretty much every Wednesday and Friday I will be posting here, Pile 1. And if you become a member, then you can a lot of times watch those videos earlier, a few days earlier, or even up to a week earlier than the rest of the people, rest of my viewers, and you can leave comments, and your comments get priority responses. Thank you so much for bringing your energy to the spread. Take good care of yourself, okay? And I'll catch up with you at the next one. Bye! Library of videos that I set aside for my members only. I think about 8 videos right now. I'm going to be adding to it soon. And early access to the videos that I will be releasing here on Wednesdays and Fridays. Okay? I release videos here every Wednesday and Fridays for the most part. Occasionally I skip if I'm not feeling well or something's come up, but by and large, pretty much every Wednesday and Friday I will be posting here, Pile 1. And if you become a member, then you can a lot of times watch those videos earlier, a few days earlier, or even up to a week earlier. You can leave comments, and your comments get priority responses. Thank you so much for bringing your energy to the spread. Take good care of yourself, okay? And I'll catch up with you at the next one. Bye! Welcome to your reading, Pile 2. So, where and when will you first meet your future spouse? We're going to be finding out today, as much as Spirit is willing to reveal to us. Before we get into that, though, we're going to check out how will you meet your future spouse. We're going to get that story, and then afterwards we're going to go into the where and the when, okay? So we can really fill this thing out, fill this message out. We got 2, moving that over to the left. You chose the green crystal heart. Okay, we have, you ended up with Gemini, Pisces, and Sagittarius. Okay, so let me do a vibe check on you here. Let's get a feel for how will you first meet your future spouse, maybe some wheres and whens as well in the vibe check section before we go into the tarot cards. I feel like you will first meet your future spouse perhaps maybe in a place where there's greenery, a lot of vegetation. That's possible. I'm also getting that the subject of money or your health, it's going to have something to do with that. You know, your meeting, where you will first meet your future spouse, maybe at a bank, it may be at a medical institution, it may be a place where you're spending money, or it could be in a garden or a place where there's healthy food being sold, like organic food or lots of vegetables. It could be a farmer's market. It could be an organic food store. I'm also getting like you're gonna meet them at a place where there's a lot of money. I'm getting a bank or something, you know, or maybe where there's a lot of money being made, you know, like a very successful business. I feel like you'll first meet your future spouse at a place where a lot of money is being made. Okay, so a very successful place that makes a lot of money, or it could be your place of work where you're making a lot of money, or maybe they're making a lot of money. They could be someone who's very wealthy, someone who has a lot of money. They're very stable, very abundant. Maybe they'll be like a big time customer of yours or something. I'm also getting like lots of nature vibes. Like this person will make you feel safe. I'm getting that your future spouse. How will you first meet them though? Yeah, you're gonna meet them in a situation where they make you feel safe. In a situation where they maybe bring you prosperity. Maybe you have a business and they'll show up and put in a big order, you know, like you may have like a restaurant and they'll show up and you'll be like, okay, what do you want? And they'll be like, I want, 10 of everything, I don't know, I'm just getting that kind of vibe a little bit. How will you meet them? I'm getting like an innocent, pure vibe mixed in with lust. So I feel like you're going to meet them like at church, but you're going to fall for them sexually or something. That's just an example. Like you meeting them at a place of worship or a place where innocent things happen, but you finding them very attractive and you feeling a strong chemistry with them, even though it's supposed to be sort of like maybe like a place where kids play or a church or something. I don't know what it is. I'm getting like a lot of abundant vibes. Like, you're going to meet them at a place maybe where people spend a lot of money or people buy expensive things, or there's a lot of money being made there, like an event or something like this. Yeah, I'm getting some seriously very moneyed vibes here, Pal 2. A lot of money, like wealth. This person might be a high roller, like at an establishment or a business you go to where they're spending money. I'm getting casino vibes. I'm hearing Louis Vuitton. I'm hearing you might not be into that, but I feel like this person is going to be rich in assets. It could just be Spirit's way of trying to communicate that you'll meet this person at a place where people are spending a lot of money, like Las Vegas, or like a shopping mall, or some kind of fancy upper end store, or they will be running a business. Perhaps you'll meet them at their place of business where they're making a lot of money. Or they'll meet you at your place of business where you're making a lot of money. Okay? Abundant flows. Also getting maybe a garden or forest. Like a very beautiful, lush, thick, evergreen, branches everywhere, flowers everywhere. Could be a botanical garden or like a museum, or with lots of fancy, expensive pieces of artwork or something. Yeah. Very interesting. Okay, let's take a look at your tarot card. Whoa, the Lovers. Wow. Oh, didn't I say a garden? Like a lush botanical garden or something? You might meet them at some type of botanical gardens, or some type of place. It could be a park. You might meet them at the park. Maybe you'll be going for a walk, checking out the beauty of nature and enjoying nature and all that, and maybe they'll be there, and then you'll bump into them and strike up a conversation with them, and this is how you meet your future spouse. Okay, I feel like you'll be about the place, you'll be about what's going on there, and they'll be all about you, okay? They'll be all about you. They'll be like, I can't believe I met Pal 2 here. Goodness. Pal 2 is a bit of a find. Pal 2 is a catch. I'm holding on to that, you know? So I feel like the feeling's very much going to be mutual. Yeah, very much going to be mutual. You're going to strike up a friendship. Lots of things you're going to feel friendly about this person with. A lot of friendliness that's going to give way or flow into romance, okay? You may meet this person at a place of learning, because the Lovers is about learning. You may meet this person at a place where people tend to meet others, you know. You may have a matchmaker connect y'all, okay? A matchmaker is going to connect y'all. Maybe you'll tell them, I want a rich mate, or someone who has their stuff together, who is, you know, settled, they have a business, they have their own life, they have money, you know. Not that you're a gold digger, but you just don't want anyone who's like a liability or want to have to take care of anyone. You want someone who maybe can take care of themselves, so you don't feel burdened about that. Maybe you want to spend on this person, right? You could be looking for a woman who has money, but you don't, not because you want her money, but because you don't want to have to pay all the bills, but you're very willing to spend on them, you know, and gift them and stuff, but not like as I'm the pillar holding everything up. Or it could be that you're a woman and you're like, you know what, you're very traditional in your values and you want a man who can bring home the bacon, okay? And you want a man who's all about that. A man who's not afraid to be the one bringing home the bacon. And so you're going to meet someone like this who there's a match in values. You'll both be choosing each other and it's going to make sense, you know? Okay, let's move on to your next tarot card. I get more information. We have the Eight of Cups. Okay, how will you meet? How will you meet your future spouse? How will you first meet them? I get the feeling that you will find them while you're processing a previous relationship. Okay, perhaps you would have walked away from a previous relationship and you'll still be sort of processing it, somber, still feeling kind of sad about it, kind of like, that was a waste of time, or I need to just, you know, figuring out how to move on in your heart. You've moved on physically, but figuring out how to let go in your heart and trying to move on to bigger and better things. And this is how you'll meet that person, is in this frame of mind, right? So you'll be maybe picking up new healthy habits or just doing your life, going out for a walk, and maybe the week before, the month before, you let go of someone that there was so many things that made sense about this person you used to date, but something wasn't quite right. Something wasn't quite right. Maybe they weren't loyal enough, and they had a straying eye. You didn't like that. Maybe they had everything going for them. They were intelligent. They were handsome. They maybe did a lot of the right things. You know, met your mama. They were well behaved and all this, but they have a roving eye. They're always watching other women. Something didn't sit right with this person, so you moved on from them. In your mind, you're like, everything has to be right. Maybe you tried talking to them about it and they didn't fix it. But you would have moved on from this relationship, and that's when you will meet. This is how you first meet your future spouse. You would walked away, right? You would have created a vacuum in your life. There's no more partner. You walked away from someone who was trying to be loyal, but they couldn't quite do it, or give you everything you wanted. You moved on from this person, and it's in this vacuum that, nature abhors vacuum, right? Something's going to fill that space, and it will be them. Your future spouse is going to fill that space. They're going to pop up, and you're going to be available. You're going to be single, okay? And this is how you'll meet them. Let's get more information. We have the Page of Swords. Yeah, I feel like you may be going to a place. You may be visiting somewhere, like a castle or something. You're going to be curious about something. Maybe there's a new store in town, or a new park that just opened up, or a new place that just opened up, and you're going to be curious about it. Or maybe a place you've never been to before, or an activity you've never done before. Maybe you want to learn how to shoot guns, and you're going to go to a shooting range, and maybe you bought a gun, and you're like, let me go figure this out. Let me go, and you'll be maybe having questions about a new place, curious about a new place, curious about a new activity, curious about a new, aspect of life. Okay? And, you'll meet them there. Perhaps they'll be teaching you things. You'll be learning from them. Maybe they'll be the instructor while you're there. This is how you meet your future spouse, or someone who's there at this new store that's opened up, or a place that's new to you, right? Maybe you go to try a different mall you've never been to, and you're checking out the different stores, and you're curious about it, and they'll be there. This is how you meet them. Okay, you meet them at this place where you have questions, where you're trying to, satisfy your curiosity about something. We have the Five of Pentacles. Perhaps, yeah, you'll be lacking in something, though. I ain't gonna lie. You either be lacking in a partner, or maybe lacking in funds. And you will meet this person there. Perhaps you'll both be lacking in something. Maybe you both be lacking in a good partner. Okay, you have that in common with them. Or maybe you all will both be going to go sightsee at a museum or some fancy place, or where rich people are, or where there's a lot of expensive items or artifacts, and you're just curious about that lifestyle, and they'll be in the same boat as you. They'll be curious about that lifestyle. They'll be fascinated by the rich and the wealthy, or the famous, or maybe they'll be at a museum and want to go see the Mona Lisa. They want to see, maybe there'll be a traveling exhibit that's at that museum, and they'll want to see some of these exotic pieces that they've never seen before, and you'll be there wanting to look at it too. And this is how you meet. And both of you all both be feeling similar and thinking, wow, look at the greats, look at this, look at these people, the things they did, how awesome these people are, how rich they were, or how talented they were. And maybe you're feeling like you're not quite at that level, and they'll be feeling the same. Your future spouse will be feeling the same as you. Okay? You'll both be comforting each other. You'll both be comforting each other, both be in solidarity. Maybe you'll be watching these beautiful gardens, hanging gardens at some mansion, and it's open to the public, and you'll be walking through, and you'll meet them, and they'll be talking, and he'll make some quip about, or she'll make some quip about how, man, these rich people and all their fancy, look at how much that must have taken. That's probably more than I could make in a year. And they'll be like, yeah, I know, right? And then, that will make them kind of warm up to you and move a little closer, and, because there'll be something in common with you, I'm telling you. And it'll be a sense of maybe that you both have walked away from previous relationships. These are all the different examples that keep popping into my mind. It's part of the message, okay? And both of y'all will be walking away from relationships that did not satisfy, relationships that failed you in some type of way, and y'all will both be single and wondering where you belong, where you fit in. And that's how you'll meet each other. There's a similarity in vibe. We have the moon. Yeah, I feel like you'll meet them. How you meet them is there'll be something you don't know. There'll be something you don't know that's pulled you into a certain direction. Maybe you're looking for a job. Maybe you're looking for more information about the area where you live at. Maybe you are new to a certain area and you're trying to understand how that area works. Maybe you'll be at a store and you feel like a noob somewhere. Maybe a noob at this new town, or a noob at this new business, place of business, or just feeling kind of out of your depths. And this person is going to cheer you up, buddy up along with you, not make you feel quite so alone and lost and confused. Okay, they'll teach you some things that they know also, even though they won't know everything. They'll teach you some of the things they'll know. They'll give you some type of solidarity. They'll share whatever, even if they don't have a lot, they'll share it with you. That's kind of like the vibe I'm getting, how you meet this person. I'm also getting you may be broke, right? You may be broke or going through a hard time, and they'll help you out in some type of way. Take it as it resonates and leave the rest for others. Not that they're going to be, take over your life and be your sugar daddy and pay all your bills. I'm not getting that vibe quite. I'm getting more like that. It could be that they're doing better than you, though. They may be doing better than you. And they understand what's going on more than you. But they're still not the top honcho there. Okay, wherever this is going to be at. They're not the most experienced. They're not the most this. They're not the most that. But they're further along the way than you. Okay, maybe when it comes, maybe they're we'll go back to that example. You're new in a town. You maybe broke up with your ex. You moved away from that town because you didn't want to be reminded. You're in a new town and a new place, and you're feeling kind of lost and new and newbie and starting at the bottom. And this person, maybe they moved there. This future husband of yours, during the first meeting, you're going to meet them, and they would have been living there for maybe 6 months, or maybe living there for about a year. So they've been there a while. they're not quite as newbie as you, so they know some things they'll share with you, but they're new also. Okay, that's the vibe I'm getting. Or it could be that you show up to a certain place and you're not able to afford whatever they have there. Okay, because maybe you're in between jobs and you're waiting to get paid or whatever it is, and then maybe you meet them and maybe they're not the wealthiest person on the planet, but they have a good job, they have a good career, and they do get paid decently well, and they'll motivate you. They may be an appreciator of the arts. So I'm getting museum vibes again, or a place where you go sightseeing. They're an appreciator of some nature, beauty, of arts, the artwork or the handiwork of others. They encourage and support the handiwork of others, including maybe you. It could be that maybe you show up, you show up at a fair or a convention or something, and you're one of the sellers there, and you're just not making much money. No one's really patronizing you or coming to see a lot of what you have. And they'll come in and be like, I really like that music you're playing, Paltu. That's really beautiful. And they'll mean it. Or they'll be like, wow, those produce you picked. So you could be someone who's trying to sell something there. And maybe it's not a strong day business-wise for you. And they'll show up and be like, what are those? And you'll be like, those are organic berries or lavender plants that I grow fresh in my backyard, and I pull them and I have bunches here to sell. These are organic, completely fresh, and like you'll be selling like bushels of lavender or something. I'm just coming up with something, guys. Okay, so apply it to your situation. If it fits, if it doesn't resonate, let others have it. Or maybe there's some artwork that you made, okay, and you displaying it at the center or wherever this place is, and they're gonna be like, I love that. They may be like, can I get 2 of those? And they'll support you and be actually interested, actually supportive of whatever it is you're selling or whatever it is that you have, and so that's what I'm getting. Let's go ahead and move on to your oracle cards. We're gonna look into where will you first meet your future spouse. Okay, we got a bit of a story here now on how will you meet them. Okay, we got a range of scenarios kind of related, and now we're going to look into exactly where or whereabouts, right? Sort of an approximation to give you an idea. We have volunteering. Oh my gosh, see, didn't I say something about I'm getting more of a picture now. So either you might be offering something, you might be selling something. Okay, you may have something on a table and people are coming by, right? People are coming by, and this is how you meet them. They'll be one of the people that comes by at your table to get something from your plate, from your whatever you're offering, whatever you're selling, whatever you're serving out, whatever you're dishing out. So they maybe want to come by and be like, I like that. Let me get some of that. It could be that you guys are both volunteering at this place. You might be volunteering and there's a cause that both of you care about. And this is how they will meet you, is you will both be united in caring about this thing. And they're going to look at your smile, be lit up by your smile. So I'm getting like a center of some type. Maybe that's typically used for other things, right? So it could be like a community center, but they're running some type of charity day or some type of promotional. And you're going to be there trying to sell or promote something. And, they're going to be there to maybe check it out because they're curious, or they're going to maybe be one of the volunteers that's there, or they may look at your stuff and be like, let me help, and they'll help you because they like what it is that you're doing. Very interesting. So it could be like at a center of some type, could be at a government building of some type, could be at a museum, and maybe the museum is letting this charity organization use part of their area for helping the public or hosting some type of charity event. Could be literally at a homeless shelter. Could be at a homeless shelter, especially with 5 of Pentacles popping up, where you are helping the poor, you're helping the needy. That's possible. It could be like this person, your future spouse, is someone where because you are in between jobs, things are kind of tight for you. You go to get some help somewhere, and they're going to be the person who's there helping. They're going to be the person who's there helping and trying to help people that are in your situation, and this is how they'll meet you. We got fireplace. Okay, now I'm back to getting that fancy vibe again. I kind of got that fleur-de-lis sort of like I don't want to say art deco, but like some type of fancy art decor, some kind of fancy decor style from like the 20s, 30s, or maybe the 1800s or something, somewhere fancy, like a lodge or somewhere where rich people live, but they've opened it up to the public. So it could be a museum, it could be a mansion of some type. This is where you meet them. Okay, perhaps this will be. I'm also getting a place where, I'm getting come one, come all. Come the weary, the weak, the huddled masses. Like come sit by our fires and warm yourself. Like a place of respite, a place of solace, where people are being helped, where people are being offered a warm fire and a nice meal. Come in. If it's cold, they're saying come in from the cold, warm yourselves up, and here's a bowl of soup and some bread. So it could be literally a volunteer center. It could be a shelter. I don't know. I'm getting like the rich helping the poor, right? The rich helping the poor. That's what I'm getting. Okay. I'm not sure who's who in this scenario. It could be that you're part of the effort of helping the poor, and you could be the poor. I don't know. Or perhaps you're part of the effort of helping the poor. You're maybe even volunteering in an event helping the poor, and there'll be a co-volunteer of yours, or they could be a co-volunteer of yours who's helping the poor. Let's move on to the next card. We got the diner. Definitely getting food being served, where you will first meet your future spouse. Pile 2. You might want to watch pile 1. Honestly, some similar vibes coming through here. But anyways, I'm getting like food. Food will definitely be part of it. Food will be getting served. The public will be showing up as part of the event. Food will be getting served. Okay, that's what I'm getting. And people will be eating. People will be getting served. People will be warming themselves up. It's going to be a place where, kind of a nice place, a fancy place. Maybe where you go to eat. Pile 2. You're going to eat there. Maybe it's not a charity place, but maybe you're serving the food there, or they're serving the food, or it's a place where food is being served. So there's a lot of scenarios that this could be. Okay, but it has something to do with this. Next we have perilous realm. Okay, danger lurks, treacherous paths, ominous shadows. They were getting that kind of sort of fancy Art Deco house again with, kind of old style vibe, like a diner, like a 50s diner, kind of like an old fashioned fireplace again, and kind of going along with this sort of the castle theme in the background. Definitely gonna be a place, pile 2. I feel like you're gonna be meeting your future spouse at a place that's established, been there a long time. Like somewhere that the Vanderbilt's built or something, or a museum, or some type of historical building, or some type of historical property, or some type of long, well-established, restaurant or place that's been around for a long time, that you walk in and they're using like maybe this restaurant is using a house, a place that was built in the late 1800s or early 1900s or something. Like, you're gonna meet them at a sort of a fancy place in that sense. Old money vibes is what I'm getting. Old money. It could be that they own the restaurant. That's a possibility. Or maybe you will be working there. We have tea set. Again, more of this food vibe. Soup. Eating somewhere. We got tea being served by a warm fireplace. We got food. Crumpets, macaroons. You will talk. Yeah, it's going to be some kind of diner or restaurant you're going to be meeting this person at, pile 2. Or a place where food is also being served. Okay? It could be that there's maybe an event being hosted. It could be like a museum or a display or an exhibition, an exhibit or something like that. And at the end of the event, they have food being served on the side. You can go grab some. Appetizers, or maybe some kind of catering or buffet at the end, or some type of refreshments. Some type of refreshments, after you've explored this mansion or explored this event or gotten to meet people, talk to people, then they have like refreshments being served at the end, something like this. And this is where you will be meeting them. Perhaps you guys will be talking about how to help the poor together. That's what this meeting will be about. This exhibition will be about helping the poor in our community, or be open to the poor in the community. Something around helping others. So you may be well off yourself, pile 2, or this person, your future spouse, may be well off, like very wealthy, and they're about trying to help the poor, help the community, and you will be part of that effort. That's the strongest message I'm getting. But either way, I feel like you'll meet them at a place where something like this is being done and food and refreshments are being served. So at that part of the exhibit, or at that part of the event, or that time, is when you will meet your future spouse, when you'll first meet them. And you'll end up sitting, chatting together, or hanging around eating little tidbits, or enjoying the refreshments, or drinking some tea or whatever, and end up exchanging some conversation, getting to know each other. Okay, we're getting aquarium. I think, yeah, it could be at an aquarium, like a world aquarium, some type of center, some type of facility where something's being displayed. Yeah, something's being displayed. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting as well. Where you go to see things or see people, like a garden. I kind of got that, like a botanical garden, or it could be some type of big aquarium where people can go and check out all the fishies and stuff. And you'll be grabbing food in that area. This type of like, I don't want to say maybe SeaWorld possibly, but I'm kind of getting more of like a place where things are being displayed, where you can go see something that other people have built. Okay, it could be the Ross Perot Aquarium in downtown Michigan or something. I don't know. There's probably no such place like that, but I'm just getting like a place that a wealthy person created, right? Bringing something fine into the area that can be observed, talk about it, go and be curious and check out whatever this is, like an event or a place. And this is where you'll meet this person, where you're all eating snacks or enjoying food and checking out the scenario, checking out the setting. And that is where you will meet this person. Okay, and your future spouse. That's where you will first meet them. All right, let's go ahead and move on to when. Right, let's get some information about when. We got at noon, so this is going to be likely during the day. Right, we got, if you're going to explore the botanical gardens, usually that's during the day. If you're going to go observe something or look at a castle or go to the museum, usually that happens during daytime. I mean, they have nighttime events where you can go inside somewhere for sure, right? But I'm also getting like it could be a daytime thing. It could be like a daytime thing. So I'm getting, for most of y'all, it's going to be during the daytime. Okay. Next, we're getting morning. Yeah, definitely. For most of y'all, you're going to meet this person during the day. Which, okay, that's really helpful. That's really helpful. In the light of day, outside even, I think. But that's a timing on that's coming through this week. Oh my goodness. So it looks like you could be meeting them this week. Part 2. If you have not met your future spouse, perhaps you'll be meeting them this week. It could be possible that you are already with your future spouse for some of y'all. Maybe the person, if you're married or with someone already, this could be telling you, and like you're currently dating them, currently with them, this reading could be implying that they're going to be your future spouse, or that your current spouse is going to be your future spouse. I'm sure that there are married people who might watch this, or it's also implying that someone you're currently dating or being with is going to be your future spouse. Okay, that you've already met them and you've been hanging out with them in the recent times. That's possible. We got 10 months. Okay, for some of y'all who have not yet met your future spouse, we're getting 10 months. Okay, so this is, in my opinion, kind of around the corner. We're getting a lot of around the corner type of vibes. We're getting this week, 10 months. I mean, that's less than a year. At noon morning, this is very like palpable, right? Very in our faces, very real. It's making it feel very real. We have the right time is now. What? This week, the right time is now. All conditions will never be perfect. The courage to begin with what you have is what makes the conditions right. Pardon my little puppy dog here. Her name is Lulu. She is my 8-month-old Maltese Chihuahua. And she's adorable. And she likes to hang out with me while I do my readings. So please bear with me on that. Thank you so much. Right time is now. All conditions will never be perfect. The courage to begin with what you have is what makes the conditions right. Yeah, I feel like this is someone who, pile 2, I'm getting like they're in your life right now. They could possibly, just take it as it resonates. Your future spouse is probably currently in your life right now, pile 2, or you're going to be meeting them very soon. Okay? Or you may be dating them and they'll become your future spouse. Or you may already be married to them and they're going to be your future spouse. That's not going to change. With the lovers, we're getting, let's see what major arcana cards are coming up here. We got the lovers and the moon. With the lovers, on timing, we're getting May, June, so summer vibes. We're getting summer vibes there. Or actually, yeah, like spring is what we're getting there too. We're getting spring. Because summer doesn't start till July. Not unless you're here in America, North America. Summer starts in July. And then with the moon, we're getting like February, March, maybe April? No, February, March, because that's Pisces. Yeah. So with the lovers, we have Gemini, so that's May, June. So what I'm getting, pile 2, is that definitely in like spring, summer time, okay? Possibly in 10 months. They're probably in your life right now. We're getting now. Okay, you may have already met them. Maybe this story sounds familiar. You may be meeting them maybe around the corner. Let's get that last card on timing, within 6 months. So yeah, so you're going to be meeting them very soon, pile 2. If you've not already met your future spouse, you feel certain you haven't, you're going to be meeting them in under 10 months, under a year. Okay, within the next year. Also getting very soon for some of y'all, like this week. Okay. Or maybe that's why you're drawn to this reading, is because you can feel that this person is going to be coming into your life soon. And we have right now. So you may have this person in your life maybe at noon, like this noon today, this morning, So it could be like you have them in your life currently, or you're going to be meeting them soon, like within the year, like within under a year, under 10 months. And that's what I'm seeing in the cards for you, pile 2. If you've enjoyed this reading, please give it a thumbs up. If it resonated with you, let me know exactly how in the comment section. I'd love to hear from you. If you value this reading and the readings I do, and you would like to support me, then you can do so by subscribing to this channel. That always helps. And please only subscribe if you know you're going to be watching and you really do like this content and you'll be watching again. Because apparently it doesn't help the channel if you subscribe and you're not going to be watching any more readings. It doesn't help. So only subscribe if you know that you really like this type of content, and you want to be watching more of it. If you've already subscribed, then thank you very much. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much, my lovely subscriber. If you want to know how else you can support me, you can hit that hype button down below to help promote this video, and I'd really appreciate that. In addition, you could become a member of this channel, and that will give you access to a library of members only videos that I've got sitting there for my members only. And membership will also give you early access to the videos I post on this channel Wednesdays and Fridays. Okay, I post videos to this channel for all of my viewers and subscribers on Wednesdays and Fridays, but you can gain early access to those. Like as soon as they become ready, you can watch them, and that's a perk of the membership as well. Thank you for bringing your energy to the spread. It's been a pleasure doing a reading for you. Take good care of yourself, okay? And I'll catch up with you at the next one. Bye! Welcome to reading pile 3. So, where and when will you first meet your future spouse? We're also going to be looking at how you will first meet your future spouse, so we can get more of a story here and kind of really flesh out this reading, okay? You are pile 3, and move your number over to the left. You chose or ended up with this beautiful clear colored crystal, heart crystal. You chose or ended up with Libra, Aquarius, and Capricorn. Okay, let me go ahead and do a vibe check and get whatever information we can about your future spouse, as far as how you'll meet them, and perhaps even where and when. Let me do a vibe check, and then we will go into the tarot reading afterwards. Okay, pile 3. I feel like you might meet your future spouse at a place where you're being very honest with yourself, okay? Where you're being true to yourself, you're honoring your real self. So perhaps you'll meet your future spouse when you're not wearing any makeup, or you're dressed very honestly, kind of like you would be dressed when you're at home. You're not putting on any airs for anybody. You're not doing anything special with yourself. You're just going to be very plain and true. And this is how your future spouse will first see you. Or it could be that they just maybe will see you as very honest. They'll see you as very honest and very plain spoken, and not putting on any airs. It would be a more of a personality thing. And it's because of being like this that you will first meet them. It could also be like you will be an accurate reflection of whatever it is that they're putting out. Okay, so if they're trying to be a certain way, you're basically just, not that you're mean-spirited, pile 3, but you're just going to be reflecting their energy back at them. And that's the kind of like energy in which they will first meet you. Okay, also getting pile 3 that you may have already had a relationship with this person in the past. That's possible for a few of you. Or maybe, how will you meet them? You will meet them when you are in the middle of trying to calm a situation down, or they're trying to calm a situation down, or perhaps there's something going on and they'll be protecting you, looking out for you, trying to calm the energies around you down, trying to give peace, be peaceful. I feel like you may meet this person at like, maybe a matchmaker will link you two up. That's a possibility. It could be like a professional matchmaker, or someone who knows both of y'all will connect you to them. Okay, that's some vibe I'm getting here as well. They may be a healer or work as a medical professional. Perhaps you meet them at a healing seminar or some type of event where healing is being done, maybe at church or a spiritual service. I'm getting like, and it doesn't have to be any particular denomination. It could be Christian, it could be Buddhist, it could be Zen, it could be a Muslim, it could be Jewish. I don't know. It's just something about spirituality is coming up as well. I'm also getting like sort of like a blind date vibe, or being set up. What was formerly hidden will now be known. Perhaps someone would have told you about this person, told you about them, and then you will finally meet them. So you will hear about them first. So you'll be getting like partial details on them. Maybe you won't even see a picture. Maybe you'll see a picture, but it's all based on what someone told you and all their traits and what's going on with them. And you're just like, okay, that's interesting. I don't know, maybe. And then you meet them finally. I don't know. Let's take a look at your tarot card. We have the 3 of Wands, right? I do get a feeling like you might be set up by a third party. I feel like the way you will first meet your future spouse is through a third party. I feel like someone's going to be like telling you about somebody else and be like, wait, hold on. I'm going to tell them about you, and I've already told them about you. This person's interested in you, and the other one's like, and then they're telling the other person. The other person's like, okay, and you guys are gonna wait for each other. Okay, you and your future spouse are gonna wait for each other because this third party is trying to set things up, right? And that's the vibe I'm getting. Let's get more information. It could be you meet them at work too. It could be like a work situation. Maybe it's also a work situation too, like a combo, that someone at work and maybe someone in your department that you work with, who you trust or who you like, set you up with someone in another department. Maybe it's okay to date at work. I don't know, but some establishments don't allow it, but some do. Some are like, they don't care. But it could be that maybe someone from someone working with you set you up with your future spouse from another department or another town or another school or another, like, I'm just getting like from afar, okay? And there's a third party involved. Next we're getting the Queen of Cups. Okay, how? We're gonna look into how, right? We're gonna look into how you meet them so we can get information. Then we're gonna look into where, and then when. Okay, I feel like this person is gonna be someone who really cares about you. Okay, this could be like an aunt or bestie or a motherly type, or it could be a guy, but someone who's very empathetic and caring for you. and wants to see love thrive. They want to make love happen, you know. So this could be, it could be literally a matchmaker, someone who either does it for a living, or it could be that they just, yeah, they could be doing it for a living because we're getting the business card here. But it could be someone who's just a friend of yours who decides, I want to see you fall in love. I want love for you, you know, that kind of energy. And, you know, someone who cares about you, someone very nurturing, and who's supportive of your emotions and wants you to be happy, supportive of loving relationships, and supportive of networking, creating networks of loving, using a network to create loving situations and loving relationships. Okay, this is how you will go about meeting this person. Let's get more information. We'll get the next tarot card. We have the Three of Swords, right? And the reason this person is going to care so greatly about you is because you will have suffered some type of heartbreak. Yeah. Either you broke up with someone, there was some type of separation. Maybe the person you were with in the past romantically hurt you, or stabbed you in the back, or betrayed you in some type of way, or ghosted you. Or it could be that there's something missing, right? Maybe you were never able to find the one. It's been such a long time. Maybe you're picky, or maybe you're not picky, and just the right person hadn't come around, okay? And this is a pain for you, and you confided in this person about this feeling like, I just don't have anyone. I don't know what's going on. I can't find the right person for me. I don't know what it is. And this person is going to take it upon themselves, this friend of yours, to try to fix this. Okay, they may be that type of person who tries to fix other people, you know, but sometimes that can be a good thing, you know. It's when it's not welcome, that's when it's a bad thing. But I feel like in this case, you will welcome it. You will be receptive, is the way I would describe it. You'll be receptive to this person's efforts to help heal your heart, to help remedy the pain, and say, oh, that person mistreated you and they wanted to be shady and they hurt you and all that. Well, screw them. I've got someone better down the pipeline for you, pile 3. I know someone who's going to be perfect for you. They're going to treat you 100 times better than this person treated you. You just wait and see. This person's amazing. I've got your back. You see, you know, I'm just getting that kind of vibe, pile 3. Or it could be maybe you hire a matchmaker and this person hooks you up with someone who is reliable and wonderful. So this person is going to be trying to remedy this pain of the past that you've experienced, okay? We're getting the King of Swords. How will you meet them? I feel like this person will be recommended to you because they have good character. You know, how you will be linked up with this person is they're going to be like, no, pile 3 does not need shady people in their lives. So I feel like the top priority on this person's list, the matchmaker's list, is going to be to hook you up with someone who they know has spotless character, okay? Someone who tells the truth, someone who is a truthful person. They can be trusted. They are above board on everything. You know, they're not about games. They are not about games. They play fair. They're very disciplined. They discipline, not only, maybe they're discipline others too, but they certainly discipline themselves. So this person, this matchmaker, is going to prioritize hooking you up with someone they know has a spotless character, who tells the truth. Maybe they're not the warmest, but they're truthful. They're truthful. They're not a cheater. Okay, they will never betray. All right, they're very intelligent. You're going to be hooked up with this person because they're very intelligent, very intellectual, very logical, very structured and disciplined. What you see is what you get with them. They play fair and they tell the truth. That's why this person is going to be set up with you, pile 3. Okay. Next, we have the Magician. Well, it could be that you meet this person at work. All right. And part of why you are attracted to this person is because of their character. Yeah, I feel like this is going to be a very intentional match. Yeah, this is going to be someone who is either chosen for you specifically because of who they are, okay, and their character, being cited, being noted as being exactly what you need. It's going to be very deliberate. I'm also getting your future spouse might be someone who sees that you're heartbroken, okay, and sees that you're a very loving person and that you did not deserve to be treated like that. And so they know that they have a great character. They know that they would never cheat on you. They know that they would always tell you the truth. And so they appoint themselves as the person who's right for you. Okay, they appoint themselves as the person who's right for you. Okay, they appoint themselves as the person who's right for you, and they approach you. Okay, there's some of that going on. I'm also getting, like, with the Magician, they're going to quickly move in your direction. Quickly moving your direction. So this might be happening very soon. Okay, you meeting this person is going to happen very soon. They're going to seize the opportunity. They're going to notice that someone betrayed you, someone hurt you, and they're going to seize the opportunity to move in quick, because they're going to view it as, okay, now that pile 3 is available and they got mistreated by this other person, I want to go ahead and get in there and fill that gap real quick. I want to be the one to take over with pile 3. Okay, all right, let's take a look at the next. We're getting the King of Cups. Yeah, this is someone who is very emotionally mature. Wow. Yeah, this is someone who's very emotionally mature, pile 3, and they are going to feel like they understand what you need, and they want to be the person that you need. Okay, and I feel like there's going to be some patience, some waiting at first, but once it becomes clear, the moment they hear, and I feel like they would have been interested in you in the past. They would have been interested in you in the past, and there's going to be, like, they'll hear maybe that you're doing well, that you're dating someone, and so on. They would have said, hey, I'm really interested in pile 3, but they're going to be like, oh, well, pile 3 is taken. You know, pile 3 is dating someone. And then they're going to hear that it didn't go well. Okay? They're going to hear it didn't go well. And they're going to be like, all right, time for me to make my move. Time for me to make my move on pile 3. And they're going to move in and, you know, want to be that mature male for you. That emotionally well-adjusted male. Okay? Yeah, the emotionally well-adjusted male. That's what I'm seeing. Okay? Or they will be chosen for these traits by a matchmaker or third party. Okay, so let's move on to your oracle cards. We're going to figure out or get an idea as to exactly where you'll meet this person, or whereabouts, right? As well as much as Spirit is willing to reveal to us today. We have dog park. Okay, so you may meet them at a park. Oh my gosh, this dog looks just like my dog, Lulu. But anyway, you're going to meet them at a park of some kind, or maybe like an outdoor recreation area. You're going to meet them there. Okay? At a place where you go to play. Maybe meet them outside. That's possible. It could be maybe if you have a dog and you take your dog out walking, you bump into them while you're out walking. That could be where you meet them at. Maybe while you're out for a walk through your neighborhood. You know, with the cards, we don't go, it's never explicit. Sometimes it is, but sometimes it's speaking to us in symbols and trying to give us some information, right? So let's go with that. We have sunset, follow your intuition, right? Maybe taking your dog for a walk on the beach is how you'll meet this person. Is where you'll meet them, right? Or by a river or by a lake, going for a walk in your neighborhood and passing a lake or a pond, walking past a lake or a pond, or at the beach, a beachside park or beachside dog park. If you don't live by the beach, perhaps near a body of water of some kind, like a pond or a river or a lake, maybe a water fountain in your area or near you, some kind of water feature, okay, near the dog park. Okay, let's keep it going here. Let's get more information and we'll put it all together at the end. We got mushrooms. Okay, so I'm definitely getting like outdoorsy vibes, right? Where you get mushrooms is out underneath a tree log where it's rained, and you know, in the forest, at a park, maybe near, you know, manure or something, you know. I know sometimes certain types of mushrooms grow on cow patties. Where I'm going with this, pile 3, is that it's going to be out in nature. Yeah, out in a park, outside, outdoors. For the vast majority of you, you will be meeting, you will first meet, maybe the first time meeting when you finally meet this person. And it's your first time, you're really full on meeting them, talking to them after a period of waiting and being set up by the third party, or this person finally making their move on you because they saw you from afar. Maybe they were heartbroken that you were taken for a while. And then when they noticed that you were available, they decided to go ahead and make their move towards you. Or maybe you weren't taken. Maybe they just felt distant from you. Okay, a sense of separation is here. Maybe they saw you, they heard you were in another department, and they were heartbroken over this because they wanted to be closer to you. Okay, they wanted to be near you, and I feel like this person's going to make it their business to get near you. Okay, so very interesting. It's possible that you will maybe push for meeting this person. Maybe you will become aware of them, and you will push for meeting this person. And you will have a third party help you set something up. Okay? And you will meet up at a park as your chosen designated meeting spot. That's possible. Pardon me. We have garden. Oh my gosh, guys, come on. Come on. Some kind of outdoor area, for sure, will be your first meeting. And I feel like I'm getting the feeling it might be coordinated. It might be like a chosen spot. It will not be an accidental, bumping into each other. Oh, who are you? Oh my gosh, no. It's going to be set up intentionally, and the chosen venue is going to either be a garden or by the beach or in like a forest retreat area or a park. Somewhere outdoors where there's greenery, there's nature, there's things growing, a garden even. Like a garden, a local garden, or a city garden, or like a botanical garden, or somewhere out in nature, and you're all gonna meet somewhere that maybe you will say, I'm gonna be walking my dog, and they'll be walking their dog, or I don't know, and this is how you'll meet. Okay, somewhere a dog would love to go, right? Next we have what is this? Oh, fish tank. Oh wow. Harmony, fuse, space. So it's going to be a place where there's not a lot of people. So it could be like maybe a garden or forest. Maybe it's not a very, I don't get the feeling there's going to be a lot of people there. This place you're going to meet. All right. It says here, too many fish suffocate. Too many contacts drain your vibe. Perhaps you will set up a place where there's not a lot of distractions, so you all can really connect without too many distractions. That's possible. Just with nature. Again, I'm getting plants, just nature around, and peace, and maybe a dog, and maybe some fish in a pond or something, wildlife, but not many people. Is that possible as far as location? Okay, that's what's coming through. And finally, field. Oh my gosh, pile 3. So it's become very clear to me that you're going to be where you will first meet your future spouse, pile 3. Let me get some water. Is somewhere in nature, out and about. Look, we got flowers again. So some type of garden or at the park, a meadow. Nature. Mushrooms are growing in a tree log. We got dogs at a dog park. Maybe if you live by the ocean, maybe a beach setting. Definitely outside. Definitely outdoors at a garden, a beach, a park, a resort, a retreat, a place where there's a lake. I'm getting watery vibes too, where there might be fish, wildlife, a river, a pond. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. I don't know exactly where. It's maybe a local park near your area, or a popular park. Maybe not a popular park, but maybe early in the morning too. That's possible, especially with the sun rising. Maybe it's setting, I don't know. Well, I'm getting like a sun rising effect anyway, especially with the clear day. Interesting. Okay. I wouldn't recommend meeting someone at a park at night. Daytime would probably be best. For timing, we're going in for timing, guys. We're getting in May. So I'm not getting a winter vibe for sure. I'm not getting winter. The sky is blue. Things are clear. Flowers are blooming. The mushrooms are blooming. We're getting a lot of spring flowers. Could be springtime even. May is actually springtime here in the U.S. Summer doesn't officially start until July, so May is rainy season also for some people in some parts of the world. I'm getting a lot of rain these days, but I'm getting in May. Could be May of this year. We're getting April. Look at that, and more flowers. Oh my gosh, pile 3. This is insane. I'm loving the resonance here. Loving it. We have April. Or if it's not a dog park, I'm getting like, could be by the beach or by a river, somewhere where you can just hear the sounds of nature mostly. Not a lot of people. you know. But I'm getting April also, so in spring, sometime in spring, possibly summer too, but I'm getting spring real big. We're getting April again from a different deck. Oh my gosh, wow. So we're getting April, May, springtime. All right, very nice, very clear. 7 years. Okay, so it could be so the time frame could be in springtime from now up until 7 years from now. Okay, so it is a little bit further out for some of y'all. It is a little bit further out. I get the feeling like you might be young, and so therefore, you know, time is on your side, and you will meet this person, you know, up till about 7 years from now. I remember I said something about waiting. There's gonna be some waiting involved. I don't feel, but once you discover each other, once you meet each other, once you discover each other, it'll happen quickly. It'll happen quickly, because I'm getting that with the Magician card, which is the Major Arcana card that's popping up here. Any other Major Arcana? Yeah, the Magician is linked with, yeah, it's just a quick card. It's like, bring, you know, summon it up, right up, you know, magic, right? So I get that once you become aware of each other, it'll happen very quickly. But it's going to happen in spring, sometime one of these years coming up. It could be next year, it could be 2 years from now, it could be 3 years from now, up until 7 years from now. There's a time frame being given here. Let's get more information. At the 11th hour, oh my gosh, the last possible moment is also the moment of greatest clarity and decisive power. Do not act too soon. Remember I said, once you meet this person, you'll know it. You'll know it. And it'll be quick. And I feel like for some of y'all, this will be getting to, I think, remember I said maybe you're young, and so it'll happen. You know, give it a little bit of time. But I'm also getting, for some of y'all, that it could be that you're a little bit older. Okay? You're a little bit older, maybe in your 30s. And it's going to be kind of late, right? But not too late. So maybe when you're 35, when you're 36, and you're like, I'm getting up there. When will I meet, you know, or I'm 30-something, or maybe 40-something, right? Early 40s even. And you're going to be like, I don't think I'll ever meet. I'm getting a little too old to, you know, like, when will this happen? You'll be getting to the end of sort of like the prime time of when people get married, okay? And that's when you meet them. That's when you meet them, at the 11th hour, right? Before that phase of your life where most people expect you should meet someone, 20s, 30s, 40s, you should meet someone, right, by then, and be married by then. I mean, some people get married when they're in their 50s and 60s, but these are like, you know, this is like, you know, late bloomers for sure. Right? But 20s, 30s, 40s is reasonable to expect you're going to meet someone and get married at that time. It's going to be in this time frame, towards the end of that time frame, that you will meet this person. Okay? It's not going to happen right away. That's not the vibe I'm getting in July. Okay? So definitely spring, summer, between now and the next 7 years. Okay? Either this spring or summer, or like for instance, if you are 43 this year, probably this year is what I'm getting. Okay, so if you're getting to the end of that time when you're like, I should be meeting someone. This is the end range, for the ideal range, right? For meeting someone and finding that your person, then it's probably going to be this year, then, or 2 years from now, or 3 years from now, or 4 years from now, depending on how young you are, up until 7 years from now. Give or take, right? Thereabouts. And that's what I'm seeing in the cards for you, Pile 3, as far as when will you first meet your future spouse. I hope you've enjoyed this reading. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you thought in the comment section, if it really resonated with you, any of this information resonated with you. If you enjoy my work here and you really value this reading, and you would like to support me, then go ahead and subscribe. That would be a good way to subscribe. Now, only subscribe if you're going to be watching future readings of mine, okay? But go ahead and subscribe. That would be a great way, an excellent way to support my channel. And if you've already subscribed, thank you very much. If you would like additional ways to support me, then you can hype up this video. There's a hype section. It's combined with the comment section. You swipe the comment section to the left or the right, and you can hype this video and help my channel be more seen. if you'd like to do even more, then you can join this channel and get a membership. Membership will give you access to the members only videos that I have. I have a library of members only videos for my members, and also give you early access to these videos. As soon as they get ready, you get access to these videos that are posted on my channel Wednesdays and Fridays for everyone. You can sometimes get them early on a Monday or a Tuesday, or get them even up to a week early, depending on how ahead I get on getting this video ready. Thank you so much for bringing your energy to the spread. Take very good care of yourself, okay? And I'll catch up with you at the next one. Bye! Welcome to your reading pile 4. So where and when will you first meet your future spouse? We're going to be looking into that today. We're also going to be looking into how you will first meet your future spouse. We're going to get some information there as well to help fill out and flesh out the reading. So you are number 4. Let's move your number over to the left. You chose the red garnet, red colored crystal heart. You chose or ended up with Taurus, Scorpio, and Cancer sign. Okay, let's do a vibe check. Get some information on how, where, or when you will first meet your future spouse before we look at your tarot cards. You will first meet your spouse at a place where you're taking action on something, okay? Where you're following a passion of yours. It could be that you will meet your future spouse when they make an assertive move in your direction, right? They come at you, or maybe you will come at them, right? You'll go for what you want, or they'll go for what they want when they see you. Definitely some, get up and go out and get it kind of energy coming from you meeting when you first meet your future spouse. There will be a lot of attraction, a lot of passion, perhaps even lust. There will be lust when you first meet your future spouse. Could be a place where there's physical activities going on. I'm getting a take charge, go for it. I'm very strongly attracted. I'm very strongly compelled and interested kind of energy going on. I feel like there's going to be like a series of events that leads to you meeting your future spouse. Like one thing leads to another, leads to another, leads to another, leads to another, and then boom, you meet your spouse. And it's like the intent would be from the beginning of that series of events is to meet your future spouse. So it could be that you already knew about them and you decided you were going to take certain steps towards meeting them, or they found out about you and took certain steps after steps after steps until they met you, and their goal and intent was to meet you. I feel like it's going to be a formal setting, like like important people will be there, or maybe it's going to be done the right way or the proper way, maybe meeting them through your parents or meeting them at work or some kind of formal institution or something. That's where you normally meet people you're going to marry or something. I feel like you're going to meet them in a place where you do something over and over and over and over again. Could be work, okay? Could be exercise. Could be at the gym. Okay, I'm getting physical vitality, strength, sweating it up. It could be at the gym. It could be maybe while you're running at the park. It could be when you're working, working hard at work, sweating that brow, doing something at work, repeatedly. That's what you get paid to do. You meet them while you're out driving or while they're driving. Let's take a look at your tarot cards. I'm really curious, okay? We have the Queen of Wands. Okay, wow. So, you're going to be very attractive, Pile 4. You are a very attractive person. Very attractive, hot. And your future spouse is going to find you to be very attractive. You're going to meet them through a place where you're very popular, you're well known for your looks, you're well seen, you're prominent, people notice you there, and this is how you will first come into, this is a setting or scenario on how you will first come into meeting your future spouse. It's your looks that will attract them. You'll be very attractive. It's the way you dress, or it could be your popularity. You will be one of the prettiest ones there, or the hottest ones there, or you just stand out. Something like this. We're getting read twice. Next, we have the Knight of Wands. Okay. Someone's gonna, yeah, I feel like this person's gonna make a move towards you, for sure. They're gonna make a move towards you. They're not gonna be sitting around waiting, hoping you notice them or something. They're gonna come at you and let their intentions be known, let their interests be known. They're gonna take action and almost impulsively move in your direction. It's like, it's gonna be like instinctual. They're like, oh, I gotta go talk to Pile 4. Oh my goodness, Pile 4 is smoking. I cannot help myself. I gotta go talk to Pile 4. You know, there's just this sense of going on an adventure, having courage, and following one's passion. And I feel like this is how you will meet your future husband, is they will make a move towards you because you're so attractive, so hot. Or maybe you make a move towards them, I don't know. It could be that. Take it as it resonates, okay? Next, we have the Star. Exactly. Makes sense. It's making a lot of sense. They're going to... This person's going to be a wish come true for you, Pile 4. Or you're going to be a wish come true for them. They're gonna look at you and go, oh my gosh, Pile 4 is exactly the type of woman or man I've been waiting for. I've been wanting to see, or that kind of person. Okay? They look like I wanted. They act like I want. Their energy is signature. It's just right. They're the stuff of dreams. You know, you're just gonna fill them with hope. You're gonna fill them with hope. And they're going to want to come and rush in your direction, okay? Because it's like you're the great hope. You could be a star. You could be a celebrity. I feel like you could be very popular too. And this is part of why they're going to notice you and want to come at you. Okay, we got the 5 of Chalices, the 5 of Cups. I feel like this person, you know, how you will meet them, okay, is that I think this person maybe have had a breakup or something. And they will maybe have a bad relationship or a bad marriage, or they're just gonna, you know, feel like what they have is not like you. You're gonna be like a shining star to them, Pile 4. And they're gonna feel drawn to you because they're gonna be going through something. Perhaps they're going through a difficult relationship, or going through a breakup where their heart was broken and their disappointments dashed. And they're going to look at you and go, oh my gosh, Pile 4 is like what I wish I had in my life right now, or what I wish I could have. You know, that's what they're going to think of you, Pile 4, okay? You may be even out of reach for them. They may feel like, oh no, she's out of my league. He's out of my league. I'm not, you know, I don't know if I can reach towards this person and get what I need from them. You know, blah, 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 that kind of energy. We have... Founder, the 4 of Cups, right? They're going to be disappointed. I feel like maybe this person might make a move towards you, and at first you're not going to be interested in them. Maybe they'll notice that you have a lot of offers, a lot of interested people, and you're going to have maybe a lot of friends. You're going to be like, I'm emotionally fulfilled. I don't need a relationship right now. Or I get a lot of romantic offers. Why should I go with you? You know, like, oof, man, ouch. They're going to feel like you're just out of their league, out of reach, and you're just so popular. Everybody wants you. Okay, so next we're getting the Queen of Swords. Right, so I feel like you're going to... Yeah, I'm getting the vibe like they're going to make a move towards you, and you're not going to be interested in them at first. At first. You may reject them. You may make them feel... You may be like, I have a lot of friends, and I don't need any other emotional relationships. I'm pretty full. I don't really want to date right now. I'm content with my friendships. Or it could be one of those situations where you're like, I have a lot of like suitors. I have a lot of people coming at me. They're interested in me. I don't lack for romantic interest. I'm not really interested for that reason. I'm kind of full. You know, or I've got a lot of contenders and multiple parties interested in me right now. It's just, I'm kind of overloaded. I don't need any more interested parties, you know. And it's going to disappoint them, Pile 4. And this could be the disappointment that we're seeing here. It could be also how you will first meet them is that you're going to tell them the truth. You're just going to be cut and dried, and you're not going to need anything extra. And they're not going to like that necessarily. They're going to feel like you're out of reach. They're going to feel like you're out of their league. Yeah, out of their leagues. And they're going to really want you though. but they're going to feel like they can't have you, or something like this. This is how you will first meet your future spouse. Okay, is you may reject them, or they may see you from afar and be like, wow, look how popular Pal 4 is, look how beautiful, handsome Pal 4 is. Everyone's all about Pal 4. They're so popular, they're so out there. And I feel like this is someone who's going to want to reach for the stars in you. They're going to see someone out there glitteringly high, and they're going to reach for you, and it's not going to go well at first. Okay, this is how you will first meet your future spouse. Okay, let's go ahead and get more information as far as where you will first meet your future spouse. We have the airport. Okay, so you may be traveling, may literally be at the airport. You may be maybe on the airplane. Maybe you be a passenger. Maybe you'll be a stewardess at the on the plane, or steward, and they'll come at you and say something to you, want to talk to you, and maybe you'll be too busy dealing with all the other people and all the other requests, and you'll be like, I can't really deal with you right now, give me a moment, or something, something like this. I mean, obviously you're going to be coming back around to them because they're going to be your future spouse, right? You may see them at the airport. You may first meet them at the airport. They may first see you at maybe a busy place where there's lots of people. Next we have vacation. Exactly. Okay, so I am getting like maybe on a trip. You'll be traveling somewhere, and you'll be, they'll see you somewhere where they would travel to, like a foreign destination or a vacation spot of some type. Definitely travel is going to be involved. It's not going to be in your regular surroundings. It could be somewhere where, you may meet them somewhere where you don't normally go. Right? Maybe when you go on a trip somewhere, beginning out of the Nine of Wands, you go on a trip somewhere, or they go on a trip to go visit somewhere, and that place where they go to vacation is where you live. All right? So it could be like that, or it could be a travel destination and you meet them there, like a well-known travel spot, like a resort or vacation spot, or the beach somewhere, and y'all are both vacationing. Okay, that's possible. We have the island. Oh my gosh. Look at the palm trees. So this could be Florida, Jamaica, the Caribbean, beachside somewhere. For a lot of you, it's going to be beachside. It's going to be by the water. It's going to be by the water. Somewhere where you fly, some destination you fly to. Definitely, okay? So I'm getting vacation vibe. So they may see you. You may be very beautiful out there on the beach, or out there at a party scene. Maybe you'll be a performer at this beach location. You work at these types of areas. You may be in hospitality industry, and they'll be traveling or to go see you, and they'll see you there, or you might travel there and see them there, and maybe you're used to getting offers from everyone because all the tourists always make offers towards you or something, and they're gonna be like, oh, they didn't take me seriously, but this person is gonna be the one who wants to marry you. So they may be disappointed at first, but I'm sure they're not gonna be giving up, even if you say no the first time. We have lake. Definitely a watery location. Seaside, lakeside, could be a resort, could be like Lake Tahoe, or I don't know, where people go to vacation for sure. Okay, Lake Potomac, could be Florida, the beach, could be Hawaii, could be somewhere where there's water. Yeah, definitely it could be Montana, some type of area where there's water, where there's people go to vacation there, where there's beautiful sceneries. Possibly, very strongly, possibly palm trees. That's why I'm thinking beachside or an island location. Next, we're getting candlestick. Okay. Ritual, centering, focus. Start the rhythm with a ritual, and focus will carry through. And we got here tranquil waters and reflections. I feel like this is going to be a place where maybe you're going to look for peace. Yeah. Could be that you are very popular where you're from. Meeting others, seeing others, that's not a big deal for you. Cause you're beautiful, it's easy for you to meet people. Maybe when you go on this vacation, it's going to be a place where you're going to go find peace. It's a place where you're going to go be like connect with nature and empty your mind, empty your soul. It's not where you're going to meet people and have a fling and all this. It's about communing with nature for you. It's going to be almost like a spiritual activity. And maybe this is why when they make moves towards you, you're not going to be encouraging it or being like, oh, sure, I'm here to party. I'm here to find a boyfriend or a girlfriend. And this is what's going to disappoint them. They're going to be like, oh, Pal 4 is here to, decongest and decompress and be at peace be at peace with nature and be one with nature and be meditative. Maybe they might see you, after you said no, they might see you boating and going off to go check out the wonders of nature and listen to the birds, and you're just going to be out there rowing by yourself, maybe because you're trying to overcome or get over something that didn't go well in your day-to-day life, and you're here to, you know, decompress, decongest, and heal yourself, right? A place where you go for healing. That's what the star card is saying, also. And I feel like this person, they're going to come at you it's kind of like a bad timing a little bit. Yeah, bad timing, because you're gonna be like, oh no, they're gonna come at you and be like, hey, you interested, and I'd love to get to know you, and you know, all that, and they're gonna be like, man, they're gonna see you and be like, oh, you know, they're gonna be like, you know, the holy grail, like you're gonna be so special in their eyes, but you're not gonna be in that mode. Okay, you're gonna be there for centering. You're gonna be there to almost like a ritualistic, you know, to reflect, to be tranquil. And so that's going to be a mismatch, like a you know, kind of vibe, and that's going to make them really sad. But that's the vibe, that's the kind of area you're going to be in. We're getting theater. Okay, interesting. Maybe the theater. Maybe, let's get more information here. It says venue of storytelling, let the story unfold. So you may be there to watch something, a place where you go to watch something and take something in, to see, maybe watch a performance. Watch nature, right? Nature perform in front of your eyes, right? You know, you're going to be there to see something. And I get the feeling there's not going to be a lot of people there. I'm seeing a lot of empty seats. It could be, maybe there'll be a theater at this place where you go, and where they'll see you is somewhere where you're watching something, and they'll want to so badly come connect with you, but you're going to be like, I'm watching this though, you know, like I paid good money to be here. I like to watch the show. Not that, you know, it's not like no offense. It'll be kind of like no offense. You're not ugly or you're not horrible. I came here with a purpose. The purpose of reconnecting with myself through nature, to just forget about myself, to get lost in a performance, to get lost in something, to have an experience. And you know, I feel like that's the kind of place you'll be going to, Florida or Miami or Hawaii or the amphitheater or something. You know, it could be theater, it could be opera, and they'll want to connect with you there. And you know, that's probably why it's not going to go well at first. But I get the feeling they're not going to give up. I get the feeling they're not going to give up, okay? Because this will be your future spouse. But yeah, it's going to be in a location kind of like this, okay? It could be a foreign location, also somewhere else that's not where you normally live. Or it could be a foreign location for them, a place they don't normally go to. This person could be a tourist, and they're going to be coming to a place where for you, this is every day. For you, this is a place you take seriously, but for them it's going to be a fun place, a place where they might meet someone like you. Interesting. Let's get an idea now on timing, when you will first meet your future spouse. We have on a windy day. Ooh, interesting. So it's giving us an idea of the weather. So this could be spring, this could be fall. That's possible. Okay, it could be spring, could be fall. Interesting is telling us about what the weather would be like. Oh, the palm trees moving in the wind. You see that? So I'm definitely getting like a beautiful summer day or spring day by the beach with the wind blowing through the trees, and you know, like nature will be on full display. Power 4. A beautiful setting, a beautiful scene, a beautiful day full of activity, okay, by nature. Next we got in a few months. So maybe when you go on vacation this summer. Okay, that's possible. Maybe when you go on a vacation this summer. Or it could be when you, yeah, it's saying soon, point blank. We'll get more information as we go along. It could be a range in time, but as soon as a few months from now, soon as that. Also getting like, this could be someone, maybe when you get out of school. It could be when you get out of school, or when you start a new semester. This could be a fellow student. And maybe this is going to be around the time when most people are vacationing. That's possible. But maybe you won't be. Maybe you'll be serious and focused during that time on schoolwork. And then they will make a move towards you. That's possible. While you're busy focused on something. This is your energy. This is their energy. But I'm getting like, yeah, let's keep it moving. In progress now. You know, it's possible you already know this person. It's possible you already know them. When I get now, I get you already know your future spouse. This story already played out. Okay, maybe you already rejected them, and this is one of the people that you rejected, but there's going to be a comeback. They're going to try again. They got their eyes on you, right? Next we have not much longer. Oh my gosh. So soon, or you've already met them, or this is going to be happening very soon. Okay, you've already met them. They're currently in your life, and they're keeping an eye on you. Maybe this first part of the story already happened. They're keeping their eye on you, waiting to see when they're going to make their next move. It says here not much longer. They're going to make their next move to try again with you. Okay, we got when the last guest leaves. Okay, that's interesting. True understanding of an event or relationship will come only in the solitude of aftermath. Sit with the emptiness. Exactly. So, like I said, you're going to do away with this person and say no thank you to something. They're going to come at you somehow. You're going to say no thank you. And they're going to wait again for when the last guest leaves the island. Look, we got island and with the trees again. So if you're going on vacation and this is a vacation spot where you meet this person, you're not going to be interested in them. They're going to come at you. They're going to make some type of offer. You're going to be like, no, I'm good. Can you see I'm trying to watch nature and trying to commune with nature, or that I'm trying to take in this performance. I paid good money to be here and kind of here to really get into this, and so they're going to be disappointed and walk away, but they're going to be waiting till the end of that. They're going to give you space. They're going to wait till they notice that you're done with the vacation, or your things are starting to wrap up. It's time. You're going to be leaving soon, something like this. Then they're going to show up. Okay, they're going to try again towards the end of this time where they first meet you this month. Oh my gosh, it's round the corner. So it could be, so I am getting like it's going to be this month, in progress now. We're getting months. We keep getting the word month. So within a month, the next few months, you're going to meet your future spouse. It says not much longer, in progress now. So you may have already met them, or you will shortly meet them within a space of like maybe 1 to 6 months is what I'm thinking. Okay. And that's what I'm seeing the cards for you, pile 4, as far as where and when will you meet your future spouse. And also I'm getting like how you will meet them. We got a bit of a story there as well. I hope this resonated with you. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. If you would like to share some comments below, I'd love to hear from you. If you really enjoy this content or this type of content I'm giving you here, and you would like to support my work, then I highly recommend that you subscribe. Especially subscribe if you know you're going to be watching more of my videos. If you're not going to be watching more of my videos, please don't subscribe. Subscribe only if you're going to be watching these videos, okay? Because it's not good for the channel if you subscribe and then you don't watch. If you have already subscribed, then thank you so much. I really appreciate your viewership and your support of this channel. If you would like to do even more, then consider joining and getting a membership. Alright, and this will give you access to a members only library of videos that I set aside for my members only. Also gives you early access to the videos that I make available here for the public on Wednesdays and Fridays. A lot of times they are made up to a day or two early, or sometimes even a week early, and you can watch these videos and get early access and even leave the first few comments, and I'll respond to you first. Okay, and that would be it. Thank you so much for bringing your energy to the spread. It was a true pleasure doing a reading for you. Take very good care of yourself, and I'll catch up with you at the next one. Bye.